Okay, now we'll discuss Flowers Foods or Flowers bread routes. Before we go further, I need to give you the legal disclaimer, and that is we do not represent the company being advertised, but rather the individual sellers and their distribution rights. The information contained in the videos are from previous questions and answers based on interactions with sellers and previous listings. Again, Flowers Foods owns a lot of real estate in the stores. They're a huge company, and you might not have heard of them until now, but you probably will recognize some of their products. Bunny Bread, Nature's Own, Cobblestone Mill, Sunbeam, Buttercrust. They're even in the cake business. Recently, they acquired Tasty Cake, Freshly's, Bluebird, and a lot more. Flowers Bread is just like some of our other bread routes. They do offer financing. On average, you're going to see about a 10-to-1 ratio based on what they will finance from the weekly sales average. Again, just to reiterate, if you're not familiar with how we determine financing or what the weekly sales average and ratios are, you can visit or review our video recreated that gives an evaluation of the businesses. But again, in a nutshell, 10-to-1 of the weekly sales average is what the company will finance, 10 times or a 10 multiple. They will also not finance what is known as private label. So if you do purchase a route that has a Publix on it, for example, and they are servicing the store with private label, they will not recognize a finance value to that. So that may decrease the financing slightly. On average, these routes will sell for a 17 to 18-to-1 weekly sales ratio. And the reason they don't get quite as high as the Arnold routes, not to say that the seller isn't entitled to ask for a higher asking price, but the main reason is because of the amount of money required down. The company just won't finance as much, and so you're gonna be looking upwards to 70 to even maybe $100,000 down, which equates to about half of the asking price. As far as hiring employees, again, I got to warn investors. This company is definitely not looking for investors to come in and buy a bunch of routes and hire employees. In fact, I don't know too many Flowers guys who have employees running their routes. Now, if you do own a route, you are more than welcome to hire an employee to help you and assist you, but you have to be involved in the day-to-day operation. So bottom line, these are owner-operator top routes, and you're going to have to be involved and run the route on a day-to-day basis. Normal days off are just like all the other routes, and that is Wednesdays and Sundays. And again, that is because the window of opportunity for delivery to the grocery stores is usually in the early morning. So that's kind of dictates what schedule you're going to be working, because you have to have those stores serviced by that time. Again, on Wednesdays and Sundays, you're probably going to want to pull up your bigger accounts for a couple hours by leaving bread in the back room and then filling the shelves. The reason for that is bread sells very quickly. So what most guys will do is hire someone to do this on a part-time basis. And of course, this part-time person can also fill in for time needed off. And to my understanding, Flowers actually does allow for a certain amount of vacation time. No other routes out there, bread routes, Snyder's routes, or anyone like that does offer vacation time. So that's one of the perks to getting a Flowers bakery route. As far as credit, it varies from route to route. So if you're pulling stale product out of the stores and putting in fresh product, they will give you a damage or credit stale allowance of, I don't know, 8 to 10% is what we're seeing on average. It's going to be 8 to 10% of the weekly sales average. So that's all relative. For the most part, these guys are able to stay within those guidelines, and they don't ever have to eat stale or damaged product as an expense, as long as they stay within that percentage rate. This will conclude the overview of the Flowers bread routes. If you have additional questions, you can always email us. Thanks.